You're watching another episode of Kelly's Outdoor Adventures, the RV Drifters. This is episode number 102. Debbie and I have grown up and lived in central Ohio all of our lives, but recently moved to northwest of Ohio as we are looking towards retirement. We're traveling this country willy-nilly style. In our 42 plus years together, we have traveled to a lot of epic places. And you can check out some of our other YouTube and Rumble videos for some of our past adventures. I'm on a solo trip this week on this week's travel vlog. It's taking me to Kentucky and Tennessee. And first I had to drop off Debbie at her friend's house. This is her annual girls trip adventure that they go on, and so I'm dropping her off in Delaware, Ohio as I head south. And just as I was leaving on the outskirts of Delaware, there's an iconic restaurant that we used to go to that was closing and had sold and was probably going to change names. I thought I'd stop and get a picture or two of the outside of the building. Then I headed south. And the first milestone of my trip was getting to Cincinnati and, of course, seeing the Cincinnati Reds baseball stadium, and then on around to see the Bengals football field. They're right down there on the riverfront. It's pretty cool just before you cross the Ohio River.
Welcome to Kentucky.
So Google gave me an indication that downtown Lexington was going to be a little backed up with traffic because it was apparently rush hour, and so they redirected me out around a little bit. When you're pulling a truck and camper that's 11 foot 7 inches high, sometimes you worry about some of these smaller back roads, some of the trees and the branches, and some of the low-hanging train trestles and things that you had to be careful for. And I was a little bit concerned, but I took the detour. And I was sure glad I did. And the scenery on this drive was just amazing. I made reservations at a Harvest Host to stay at a local winery just about 10 minutes south of Versailles, Kentucky. And just a little bit about the area, some of the nearby things to see and do around Versailles and Lexington. The Kentucky Horse Park, the Old Fort, Harrod State Park, and of course Woodford Reserve Distillery. Versailles, Kentucky was founded in 1792. The town was named after Versailles, France. And Versailles, Kentucky is very well known for its thoroughbred racing horses. The city was officially incorporated in 1837 and was briefly occupied by both the Confederate and the Union forces during the Civil War. So between the horses and the Civil War era, there's wineries and distilleries. Versailles and Woodford County, Kentucky has a lot to see and do. However, on this trip, I only have one night to stay, so I wasn't going to get a chance to see a lot of this. So I called an old friend from high school, Woody Burchett, and I asked to see if he and his wife, Patty, wanted to meet up out for dinner or for drinks on the town just to catch up on the old high school gossip.
Hey. Okay. Well, I literally just pulled in here. I haven't even gone in yet. They got to show me where to park, and then I'll need some time to get set up. So, I don't know. I'm at Wildside. Yeah, Winery. Yep. So, okay. Well, I'll probably be 20 or 30 minutes here easily. So, okay.
And they made arrangements to pick me up right there at the Harvest Host, which was really kind of cool.
All right. Sounds good. All righty. Bye-bye.
Woody had told me about the Paw Paw wine, said it was a unique product that you can't get in very many places. And also, you guys might remember from an earlier video that Debbie and I, along with the Tossies, went to the Paw Paw Festival down near Athens, Ohio, a year or two back. And the Paw Paw is a banana-style fruit that grows on a tree, and it does grow up in Ohio.
Well, we're here. We just got checked in, bought a couple bottles of wine per the recommendation of Woody and Patty Burchett, who are locals that live here in the Versailles area. And I got some Paw Paw wine, so we'll put it in the refrigerator and maybe try it later tonight.
So Woody and Patty came down, picked me up, and we went back into Versailles to one of their favorite restaurants in downtown Versailles. It's called Ricardo's. We were able to spend a few hours reminiscing about our old high school days, and of course we talked a lot about our families and our kids. And I've said this before, but this is why I love traveling in my RV. I'm able to spend a few hours and catch up with old friends. Something I probably wouldn't do if I was stuck to my hometown sticks and bricks. And we went back to the Harvest Host and said our goodbyes. It was a little hard, but it was enjoyable seeing some good friends.
So I got to top off my coffee here this morning. Whoop. Might help if I open that up. And we'll top off the coffee, put the last little bit of warm in before I hit the road. And when you're boondocking and you don't have the electric Keurig, the Keurig that requires electricity to operate, you do it the old-fashioned way, where you heat it up with water on the stove. One of my kettles. We heated that up on the propane stove, and we did the old French press. But the French press has got some awesome. Well, we have some awesome flavorings, coffee flavorings that we're keeping with us. So anyway. We're good to go. Let's put our top on and we're out of here. So I'm getting ready to check out this check out of the Harvest Host here this morning, the Wildside Winery just south of Versailles. Getting things ready to go. Got to bring the slides in, got to sweep the floors, got to do all the things you got to do in the checklist, but we'll get them all done here, get packed up, and we'll pull out. And our next stop, first thing this morning, is about 45 minutes to an hour down the road, is Buc-ee's. So we'll be heading from here to Buc-ee's. Real quick before we hit the road, we're still 2/3 on the water. The battery is still at 2/3. Oh, that's the fresh tank. I'm sorry. 2/3 on the battery, 2/3 on the fresh tank, and the black tank's empty. And it says the gray water's full, but I never do trust my black and gray. I just don't think the sensors work anymore or aren't trusted. Kill the lights. Kill the lights. Shut the door. Goodbye, Wildside Winery. This was a fun stay. Had all those lights open on, left all night long just for me. It's pretty cool. Nothing like having a campground all to yourself. Well, this was a Harvest Host, but I was able to stay here literally by myself last night. Love it. Absolutely love it. You can see the winery building a little bit better here, and that's out at the road that direction. But we had a great time going out to dinner last night, and just thoroughly fun. That's one of the advantages to some of this RV life traveling, is there's handfuls of people around your life that you only get to see a few times in your life, and we were able to meet up and go out to dinner, and it just had a good time. So we're going to wrap things up here. We'll head down the road.
Oops, I almost forgot my leveling blocks. And I think I better do just one more walkabout, just to make sure I didn't forget anything.
Do a quick walk around. Tires look good, everything's clear. Jacks up. Didn't put the jacks down, so we're good there. E-bikes are solid. Everything looks good. Found a place to put one of my magnets. Everything's looking good. Okay, locked. I think we're ready to hit the road. All right. Pretty cool. Yeah, in the daylight back here, you can see there's a couple of hay wagons full of pumpkins. I don't know what all they do. It's obviously a nice display, but it may also be that they do hay rides back there. I don't know. But one final goodbye to Wildside Winery, just south of Versailles, Kentucky. And check. Got the TPMS set up, the rear camera set up. Whoop, my TPMS hasn't picked up all 4 tires yet. In fact, it looks like it's only picked up the first one. Yep, we'll have to sit and wait here just a little bit. I did check the tires, and the tires look good, but yep, looks like we're all right. It's got all the tires picked up. We should be good to go. This was a nice stay, and I think we'll come back here again sometime. This was nice.
All right, and then I have to set up the GPS for my next destination, Buc-ee's.
First stop, Buc-ee's.
And we got back out onto Interstate 60, headed east into Lexington, and then south on I-75. And what beautiful weather. The day's starting out very nice. This should be a good drive.
Alrighty, and it looks like the traffic begins.
In half a mile, take exit 72A for US 60 East toward Lexington.
We must be hitting that morning rush hour. Man-O-War Boulevard. That's a cool name for an airport and a road name. Pretty cool. So I'm watching this traffic jam on the other side. We just passed the accident that was on the other side, which caused this traffic jam almost
In 2 miles,
instantaneously.
take exit 15 for US 25, US 421 toward Lexington, Richmond.
My concern is I have 29 miles to go to get to the Buc-ee's gas station, and I have 53 miles to empty on my fuel tank. So if I get stuck in one of those traffic jams, I'm going to be cutting this a little bit closer than I'm going to be comfortable with. But we'll see how it goes.
Looks like this is accident number 2. And so far now, both of these accidents have been going in the opposite direction.
Thank goodness we're going southbound on I-75. The northbound lanes have been at a standstill over there for miles and miles and miles. Again, just like on back here, we saw the accident early on, but those guys are just sitting there. Nobody's moving.
Take exit 83.
Buc-ee's.
In a quarter mile, use the left 2 lanes to turn left onto Duncannon Lane.
Alright, here we are at Buc-ee's. Getting gas. No one's coming, so we're filling up at Buc-ee's, Richmond, Kentucky.
After fueling, we found a place to park the whole rig, and then, of course, I had to go inside and check it out. And this Buc-ee's is pretty new. It may be the only one in Kentucky, but I don't think it's been open for much over maybe a year, year and a half. But we've been here once before. And once I inside the store, you knew exactly where I had to go.
I wonder how well these little things work. That's kind of cool. $80 for a little girl. Hey, this is good to know. Down at the end of Buc-ee's, the last, I don't know, dozen or so pumps are all ethanol free. For those of you who know that the ethanol tears up your engines, you can get the guaranteed actual good quality fuel, not that ethanol blended crap. So, hey, good information to know. Our next stop is Bradley's Sweet Side in Sweetwater, Tennessee. This is the Harvest Host. It looks like it's GPS says it's 2 hours and 49 minutes. It'll take me 3 hours and 49 minutes, I'm sure. Wow, that guy had a noisy truck. But yep, that's where we're headed. That, I think we're going to get there way, way, way too early, and I may have to call them and just cancel and go on down the road, but I'll probably stop just to check it out anyway.
Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see. From up here, the world seems small. We can sit together. It's so beautiful, you and me. We meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free. Sometimes you need to go and take a step back.
And for all of you wondering, of course I didn't get out of there without buying anything.
And I'm pretty sure this Buc-ee's brisket sandwich is not on my diet, but gosh, is it good.
You and me were meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free. You and me meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free.
We made it to Tennessee. Hey, thank you for watching, and if we don't see you on the road, we'll see you again right here next week. And as always, and until next time, cheers, everybody.